What's going on, guys? So a while back I made a tweet about this little stand that I bought from Amazon for a pretty reasonably low price. I tweeted about how I thought this was a really good stand for the Surface Duo. You can kind of imagine, this thing just kind of sitting like that. And what I tend to do with it is I leave it sitting in between my keyboard and my monitor. So it's just right here in front of me, right there, nice and easy to access, easy to see, so forth and so on. And look, it works pretty well for that. I don't remember what I paid for it, $10 or something like that. They're still on Amazon, but apparently they're not necessarily in stock right now. So, whatever, but $10 or something like that. Pretty cheap, pretty basic little stand. Even before that, I think what got me thinking about getting a stand like that was a series of posts on the Surface Duo subreddit by a couple of guys that were working on something they were calling a Duo dock. And they actually have a website up now that is up and running where you can purchase this Duo dock. And I reached out to them during the earlier days of that and asked them, hey, if you want some exposure here, maybe you could send one of these things over here and I could take a look at it and bring it to you guys, show it to you guys, and maybe get some more eyes on it, because it's something that they are selling, and it's something that I think that they're at a point now where they're fairly proud of it. It is 3D printed and it looked pretty cool. Well, luckily enough, the guys over at Duo Docks obliged and sent me a Duo dock to take a look at. You may have seen in some previous videos, my Duo is conspicuously sitting back here on one of their Duo docks, kind of a little hint about what might have been coming. And so let's just get right into it and talk about what this thing is, because I've got one here in my hands, and I was actually really pleasantly surprised by how this thing turned out. Like I said, it is 3D printed, but there's been a lot of thought and care that's gone into this design that I really actually appreciate. So the first thing you gotta know about what Duo dock is it's a proper dock. So it's not just something that's gonna hold your phone up. It actually does charge it, and there's two different models. The one that I have here in my hand just has a USB-C port there. You plug your charger into the side of it, drop your Duo in, boom, it starts charging. The cool thing is it doesn't affect the charging rate. It does charge rapidly through this. Another cool feature that they've got going is this slot right here fits your Surface Pen or your Slim Pen, either way, really well. It just kind of sits in there nice and easy. Good way to not lose your Surface Pen. But like I said, there's a lot of little details that I think are worth pointing out. So when you're dealing with a dock like that, with tolerances like this, one of the cool things that they did is they include this little piece here, which if you're using the bumpers on your Duo, you have an area inside that is actually deeper to accommodate for that bumper. If you're not using the bumper, you can slide this piece right in there, and now that space is filled up. So now it'll sit more flush. That's just smart. I like it. I like the thought there, and it doesn't fall out. You actually have to kind of slide it back out. Awesome. Works really, really well. Another cool thing that I think that they got right is the angle that the Duo sits at, number one, and two, the depth, because nothing is obscured. Your screen is totally unobscured. With this stand here, part of the screen is slightly covered by the actual bottom of the dock. With Duo docks, you're not running into that problem. Another really smart thing that they did, right there in the middle, there is a little line, a little cutout, and that is there to help you line up your Duo as you're inserting it into the dock. If you line that up with the hinge on your Duo, you're going to get it in there correctly every time. Boom, just like that, nice and easy, and it's snug. And when it goes in, boom, I'm in, and it's actually a pretty snug fit. On the bottom, you've got this kind of grippy material so that you're not going to be slipping and sliding around. Another thing that I can't physically show you because I don't have it, but they have on their website, is the fact that the Slim Pen charging station actually will fit in there too. You see how it's actually squared and it's cut out there? That is why that is there. Awesome, really smart. So if we jump to the overhead camera, I just want you to be able to see kind of another angle of it in action. You just take your Duo, and it needs to be completely straight open. Line that up with that slot there in the front, give it a little push, and you are plugged in. Like I said, drop your pin right in there, you're in good shape. Let's plug it in, and we're charging, we're ready to rock and roll. So for me, this is actually something I'm going to keep to the right of where I normally am. I'm going to actually keep this thing kind of angled this way primarily due to the height that it adds. It makes the Duo stand up a little bit taller, so had it been in my normal position, it would be obscuring some of my screen. So I've got it over here to the side, and that doesn't really bother me at all. My Duo's over there, it's charging, and if I need to interact with it, it's simple enough for me to turn my head. I can reach over here and interact with my Duo, do whatever I need to do with it. And I know that it's safely charging just right there, easily accessible for me. So another thing I want to point out about the Duo dock is that data pass-through does work just fine as well. So maybe like me, your Duo dock is going to sit next to your computer, and in order to give it power supply, you're just going to plug it into the back of your computer. So it's not only going to get power, but it's going to be able to transfer data back and forth. So if you need to move files on or off of your Duo dock can serve that purpose as well. So the one that I am using right there that I just showed you is the standard USB-C charging model. They did send me another one that utilizes a magnetic charging solution. So they send you this piece here, which you can simply plug into the bottom of your Duo, which will give you that kind of look there. And then in the dock itself is the other end of that magnet. So when you go to drop it in there, you get a magnetic connection that is actually pretty darn strong, and that will charge as well. Fast charging works just fine in that model as well, as I have tested that. So let's jump over here to duodocks.square.site, and they have these things for sale. So you can buy either one of them for $45, the magnetic or the standard USB-C. If we look at the USB-C, when you see the different colors that they are available in, I like the darker colors, but honestly, this sort of, I don't know what they're really calling it. Let's see, this would be marble. The marble actually does look pretty nice in person. I think it looks quite good. You can get a sense of the build quality there. I mean, this is not something that you're going to look at and think, oh, this is going to be hundreds of dollars. Like, this is made by, a couple of enterprising people. And for what it is and for what they're asking, it works shockingly well, and it looks definitely good enough that when I look over at this thing, I don't look at it and think, oh, it looks cheap or anything like that. It looks good. It performs excellent. So if you're interested in buying one of these things, there will be a link to it in the comments down below. But that being said, the magnetic version I am going to be giving away to one of you lovely individuals. In order to enter to win the magnetic marble version with the, everything included there, all I need you to do, create a tweet containing a link to this video, a link to the Duodocs website, and then just basically say something like, really cool dock for your Surface Duo, maybe hashtag Surface Duo, and then tag @ScaryIfLiteral in that tweet, and I will pick one of you after. We'll give it a few days to go by, maybe a week or something, and I'll pick one of you guys at some random way, and I will get in touch with you. I'll shoot you a direct message, and we'll get an address and get this thing sent over to you. So guys, I mean, it's a really cool little dock for your Surface Duo. $45 to get a hold of this thing. I'm actually really liking it. Something that I wasn't sure how much I'd like until I got it open. I got it on my table here and got my Duo sitting in it, and it started charging, and I could see, I could see the appeal immediately. I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. I don't think I'm going to be using this guy anymore, even though I did like this. That is clearly a superior product, and in particular, the fact that it is going to charge your Duo at the same time. So please do head over to the Duodocs website. Like I said, it is in the description. Give this a look if you're looking for something like this. I want to say again, thanks to the guys over at Duodocs for sending this thing over. I really hope I can send some people your way in exchange for that, and maybe help you guys sell a few of these things. Thanks again, guys. Stay tuned for more coverage just like this, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.